Yo, boys and girls, what's going on? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2023.
Hey guys, I'm Dan from Sky Turn Black.
And I'm Xander from Sky Turn Black.
Pretend that we won't die alone in sweet, sweet solitude.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you both here. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit and chat to us. Well, stand and chat to us, should I say. Most importantly, how are you guys doing?
Yeah. I feel like I've been at a festival all weekend.
Yeah?
That's what I feel like. It feels like the Sunday of a festival. I feel grim.
What? I was going to say, what does a Sunday feel like at a festival?
Sunday feels grim. There's a lingering hangover that's kind of just sitting there.
Okay.
And it's not. It doesn't feel like it's going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah.
So that's the general feel of today. We're trying to stay on things like water up until the set, and then afterwards we're hoping to top up that hangover.
Yeah. No.
To be fair.
Well, you've got to go out in style, haven't you? At the end of the day, let's be really honest. Yeah. So you've said you've been here since Thursday. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
How has your Bloodstock been?
It's been really nice. To be fair, everyone's been really sweet. There's been just, compared to other festivals that I've been at, a much sort of like more positive sense of community, to be fair. And that's been really, really nice. It's like, I'm really big on sort of like going to sort of like download, slam dunk, things like that every year. This feels almost a little bit more homely.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like you go to download and it's just kind of like you get some really nice like fucking nice gourmet meal kind of thing, and then you come here and it's like Mother's Own. You know what I mean? It's like you've gone home for tea. That's what it's like.
That's the best nostalgia I've ever heard.
And it's just so nice, so homely, and everyone's just really happy. And this isn't like what it's like at other festivals. Like, everyone's genuinely really like happy to be here.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's a massive family feel. Just going back to that gourmet thing very quickly. Like, how shit is gourmet food? It comes out that little square, doesn't it? And it's like, that's 30. Yeah, that's 35 quid, that. And it's got a little bit of jus on the side.
I think you've been having the wrong gourmet food, if I'm honest, mate.
Have I? Oh, I've been lying to you, bastards.
I think you need to go to Prashad's in Bradford and have a bit of their taster menu. Oh, fuck me, honestly.
Absolute champion, that. Yeah. So my dad's from Sheffield, so it's all good. I'm allowed to say that. If I went from outside of Yorkshire, you could have punched me in the face, so it's all good. Are you excited for your set later?
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Yeah, it's going to be really sweet. We've been watching a few of the other bands that are on the Jäger stage, and the pull's been really nice. So, I mean, we've had a few people sort of like talking about us and things like that, and the fact that we're here, which is really nice. In terms of like comparisons of other music that's here, there isn't quite a lot of power metal representing. You saw an absolute crack of a band yesterday in terms of power metal.
Yeah. We saw Dakisis.
Dakisis, yeah.
They were great, and actually it gives us like a lot of hope, because they were saying that they started on the Jäger stage, and then the next year they played New Blood, and then after that they're on Sophie stage now. And obviously we're starting this year on the Jäger stage, so it gives us like, you know, something to work forward to.
As soon as you mention a Birmingham band, he goes nuts. So you know, they are great. They're absolutely incredible. Big shout out to Kesis. So with a Bloodstock set, a festival set compared to a normal gig, do you change things up a bit? Because it's like, you know, they've come. Everyone's not normally going to be aware of you, shall we say? So it's like, is it going to be just put all the bangers in, or are you going to throw a few curveballs?
It is kind of all the bangers. What we've kind of tried to do is trying to take our normal set and just kind of like polish. Is the easiest way to kind of say it. We've taken a lot of what the normal set is, and then got more of the, a couple more of the newer tunes, and even one that isn't even released yet. Just to kind of, we want to sell our sound. We want to sell what we sound like and that kind of thing. So it's like, if you listen to like the No Place Like Home album, you're going to get a really good gist about what we sound like, and we're going to play like half of the set is from the album. And then with the new stuff, and especially like having you and using more electronics and things like that, I think it just better represents us, really. So we've kind of gone for all bangers. There was a little bit of a cover debate, which was fun, but I know you. Well, and it's not that you don't like doing it. You just think that we could have we can play his own music and you think our music's better. That's
Yeah. I think if we're at a festival, we should be playing our music and not anyone else's. You know, that's kind of fair.
I really wanted to come to Bloodstock and do our cover of Take On Me because it slaps. It's really cool. And we just think, get a load of metalheads, a load of big like Viking beards and stuff like that, and then just like going nuts to Aha. I'm really into that.
To be fair, seeing a bunch of bearded metally men go da 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 da. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So there was a little bit of a debate with that, but ultimately we have just gone for what are the bangers that's going to sell us the best. We've kind of not gone for some of the proggier kind of stuff. We've kind of tried to avoid some of the longer songs with the big instrumental sections and that kind of thing, just because that kind of stuff works really well on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
When we're on Jäger stage, we want it to be quite impactful.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
Definitely big riffs, big choruses, something that's going to make the heads nod. Kind
A bit of theatre as well. We've got some quite theatrical interludes between our songs. Yeah, so it's...
we kind of have.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been told like no pyros and stuff like that, so we've had to do it in other ways, unfortunately. So yeah.
Oh, amazing. That is amazing. That's awesome. So us as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you guys familiar with Sophie and her story?
Yes.
So just playing at Bloodstock, a festival that has like a big family feel, like Sophie's very important to this festival.
Yeah.
Foundation here every year. You've got the stage named after and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make playing here that extra little bit more special? Like you're flying the flag for Sophie and her story being here?
It is just kind of the story of inclusivity in terms of that we're feeling, and I think that the whole sort of like the brand of Sophie and how it's travelled and how it's got bigger has gone to represent probably more than what it did originally in terms of branching over into that inclusivity of sort of like people from sort of like LGBT backgrounds and things like that. It's just so great to come here, and it's like anyone can come here, and there's such a misconception because everyone's wearing black and everyone's got big beards and stuff like that, but everyone's just so happy.
Yeah.
and it's great, and that's the kind of thing that I think that Sophie really represents, that us as a community is just so strong and it's so welcoming, and that's what I really like about it. Absolutely.
It's amazing. But Friday just gone was 16 years since Sophie's attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, growing up in this community, being part of this metal community, is this something you ever had to go through when you were growing up, being treated differently because of the music you listened to, the way you dressed, whatever it may have been, on just being treated differently because you're a metalhead?
Well, when I was younger, I still had this long hair, still dressed in black. It's something I really struggled with. Like, I grew up in a tiny little pit village in the northeast of England, and it just wasn't really what they were used to seeing, like really lots of toxic masculinity, lots of homophobia and stuff like that. So from literally like 5-year-old, I had school teachers telling me to cut my hair and saying that I look ridiculous. And I'm like, you're telling a little child to cut your hair. Do you know what I mean? Like, how ridiculous is that? And like, obviously that's quite a small thing, but it's kind of echoes throughout like my life in kind of that kind of environment. So it's a really important thing for me. I've never in my life had short hair. As kind of like a middle finger to those people who've kind of like, again, it's such a tiny little rebellion, but I love it.
It's your choice, it's your fucking hair.
Exactly. So
do whatever you want with it.
Catholic school upbringing, man. That's just
Okay.
Okay.
That says everything.
So what we're trying to find out from people as well is just to get some ideas as well, because I don't know if you've noticed while you've been here, there's a lot of kids here. There's babies here.
Yeah,
It's such a great family festival. So when these kids grow up and they become our age, when we were walking around in our baggy t-shirts and our hoodies and chains off our jeans, when they're our age now, coming to festivals, when they're older and they're like you guys and they're playing on the goddamn stages themselves, what do you think services we could provide them to sort of help them get through it if they're being treated differently?
Oh, it's just speaking out about stuff, I think being proactive in, if you see behaviour or like hear stuff that you're not happy with, like calling it out. There's like an attitude, just generally, not in this festival specifically, but
I do think that as times have moved on, and from what I've seen as sort of like being a teacher for like 7-8 years and things like that, and what I've seen of sort of like, it's like you teach a class and you can clock where like your emo kids are, and it's like, you love my chem, don't you? and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, and then it's like, oh, you watch a lot of anime, you don't you? Like, yeah, and it's way more inclusive compared to like when I was at school and things like that. There's a lot more people who open to listening to other types of music. When you've got what I would sort of like kind of like label as sort of like your emo kid, your mosher kid, and then you've got your maybe more mainstream chavvier kid, and both of them are having a conversation about Slipknot. and those are the things that I've seen that I've been really pleasantly surprised by. And I mean, it's bad for me to label a kid and put into a box of, well, you're an emo kid, you're a mainstream chavvy kid and things like that. But that's more from sort of like my upbringing that is happening less and less, and I think that's meant.
It is.
And it's something that I'm doing less and less. That's from a very early teaching perspective.
Yeah.
Is that
we're both music teachers, so we do make an effort of trying to like talk about different genres of music in our classes, and like
That is incredible.
you know, and like showing each other everything from Ed Sheeran to Slipknot, and you know, I'm a big folk.
I'm not showing anyone a tune.
Not even the Bring Me song.
Oh, I have shown that. Actually. I have shown that. Yeah.
I can't believe you just lied to me. I'm
so sorry. I'm so
heartbroken right now.
But bringing it back to you guys, you released your brand new single, Sweet Sweet Solitude, 2 days ago.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
How has it been received so far? I know it's only been 2 days, but
We're in the field, man. I'll let you know when we get a signal.
we had no signal to know. You go to play it, and they're like, boo!
Yeah. My sister sent me a really nice message saying it was really good. That it's her new like she calls it earworm. It's stuck in her head.
Okay.
Which, you know, really nice.
First bit of feedback.
That's the only feedback I've had.
Was it Toby?
It was Toby. Yeah.
Toby's great.
Does this mean that a follow-up album is coming to No Place Like Home?
I think so. Yeah.
Are we allowed to discuss that, or is that?
Yeah, if you want to discuss it. Why not? Yeah. At the moment, it's just like it's collating tunes and things like that.
Okay.
We wanted to have something kind of dead on, and be able to give a date and things like that. But unfortunately, we're just on a ballpark at the moment. With how releasing music is sort of like in the modern day, it's like to be fair, Jamie just wants to release it, and as soon as he's got the final mix, just go put it out. But it's not how it works. We need to have way more of a plan, way more of a build-up, way more of sort of like booking shows and to support that. At the moment, we're booking for November, December, and then for when the album's going to be out, we'll be looking to tour that in February.
Nice.
That's the plan with it. We are wanting to keep ourselves a little bit busy in terms of releases, and be releasing more music that's either going to be on the album or is just going to be singles, to be fair. It's been interesting with things that we've been writing recently, where there's been discussions of, we love the tune, but does it fit in this collective of songs kind of thing?
Yes.
And especially with other bands that we've seen do that, like Holding Absence did it with Gravity, just releasing it as a single. Don Broco do it a lot, where they'll release just tunes like Fingernails, Half Man, Half God, and just pumping out singles with videos that are sick. So we've got a little bit of that going on that's then going to build up. And then I think out of the songs that we are sort of like recording at the moment and filming music videos for at the moment, most of them will be on the album.
Okay.
Most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard that here first, guys. All right. Guys, thank you so much for your time. It's graciously appreciated.
So
And I hope you absolutely fucking smash it later.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much, man.
Take care, mate.
Thank you.
We're going over.
Cheers, mate.